Hi, and welcome back to my review of Giants bobbleheads. So today we'll be taking a look at the Lefty O'Doul bobblehead that was given away a couple years ago. This was a limited edition bobblehead from Irish Heritage Night back in 2008. Lefty O'Doul was a Bay Area native, a ball player, a manager, and a goodwill ambassador. Lefty O'Doul as a bobblehead is standing on top of a clover, a three-leaf clover, I guess, and he's wearing his home San Francisco Seals jersey with the orange Seals logo across his chest with a big swoosh. I really like the Seal logo on his hat. It's actually pretty cool. Lefty O'Doul made it as a startup, came up his career as a pitcher for the Seals. Was actually a pretty good starting pitcher. If you look up his stats, he played for both the Yankees and the Red Sox as both a starter and a reliever before eventually blowing out his arm, or he hurt himself that he couldn't pitch anymore. He came back to the Seals and converted himself to a power-hitting outfielder and made it back to the majors as part of the New York Giants and as well as the Philadelphia Phillies. For his career, if you actually look up the stats, Lefty O'Doul has the fourth highest career batting average of .349. Surprisingly enough, is not in the Hall of Fame, but I think we can do something about that if we all work together. In any case, Lefty O'Doul probably had one of the greatest years of his career in 1929 when he had I think 254 hits, which for a very long time was the single season most hits in a single season record, which held for a very long time. It's very hard to hit that many hits, especially in 1929. He played for a number of years, put up some amazing numbers, and after baseball wound up being the manager for the San Francisco Seals all through the 30s, 40s, and up to I think 1951. And for his career, had over 2,000 wins as a manager. So very, very successful player, very successful manager. And more than likely, his legacy is that he was a goodwill ambassador. He's an all-around nice guy. He went to Japan before World War II, back in the late '39 season with a whole bunch of ball players, and it basically introduced the sport of baseball to Japan. And more importantly, after World War II, the same team, a bunch of all-stars, went back to Japan to once again reinstill the love of baseball to Japan, and as an act of kindness, of forgiveness, and reconciliation, helped them establish the game of baseball back in Japan, as well as set up the leagues that are over there. In fact, one of the most successful franchises in Japan is named after the Tokyo Giants, primarily because of Lefty O'Doul, who played for, of course, the New York Giants. So there's a little tribute for you there. Lefty O'Doul, after baseball, left a huge legacy all over the world, and especially locally. After baseball, of course, he started a restaurant, Lefty O'Doul's, in downtown. You can go in there, grab a beer, have this world-famous Bloody Mary mix. The bridge behind the current Giants ballpark, the Lefty O'Doul Bridge, is of course named after Lefty O'Doul. And the biggest tribute I can think of, which I read about a couple years ago, is the character of Roy Hobbs in the movie The Natural, starring Robert Redford, was actually based on the life of Lefty O'Doul, or at least parts of it, of coming up as a pitcher, getting hurt, and converting himself to an outfielder, and having just a great year, and then suddenly kind of disappearing off the scene. Lefty O'Doul didn't have a great long career. He had a quality career, but not a long career, which is probably one reason why he might not be in the Hall of Fame. But for the years he was good, he was a great ball player. And it's kind of nice that the Giants are actually able to recognize that baseball did exist in San Francisco before the Giants came to town in '58. The San Francisco Seals were one of the charter founding members of the Pacific Coast League back in 1903. So you're talking about about 107 years of baseball tradition in the San Francisco city. So our heritage of baseball is very deep, very long, and people who've been around remember baseball and remember going to Seals Stadium out now 16th and Army there, where the Safeway is. In any case, it's kind of cool that the Giants are able to recognize these guys and not pretend that, it's only Giants. Baseball didn't exist until the Giants showed up. So that's kind of a nice tribute for them. People recognize the history and heritage of the Bay Area. In any case, that's my review of the Lefty O'Doul bobblehead. It was given away a couple years ago. You can probably find them on eBay or Craigslist for about $35, $40 or so. And he is out there. He's kind of a nice little add-on, especially if you want to pair him up to what's his name, Joe DiMaggio here, who was his protege back in the 1930s. So It's kind of a nice little tribute to the San Francisco Seals, and if you want to go get him, he's probably out there. In any case, time's up. Thanks for watching. Go Giants. Bye.